Okay. Well, let me just say a couple of words. I'm Jonathan Silk, professor in the study of Buddhism in Leiden University, and we're very happy to have this opportunity today to welcome a visitor who will be introduced in just a moment. And now I introduce Dr. Bert Janse, and there you go.
Okay. So my name is Bert Janse, and to me, the honor of introducing Khenpo Sodaji. So we are very honored here today to have the Tibetan Buddhist teacher and translator, interpreter, Khenpo Sodaji. And he is one of the main teachers and also administrators at Ladungar at Sepa, which is the largest and perhaps most influential contemporary center of Tibetan Buddhist learning on the Tibetan plateau. And he has been a pivotal figure in bringing Tibetan Buddhism to Han Chinese audiences in mainland China and also beyond. And this has been, he's been working tirelessly over the last 2 decades. He's also a prolific author, you could say, a bestseller of books on Tibetan Buddhism in Chinese, and he has an extensive network of Chinese students and devotees, and he is also very involved in philanthropical enterprises, and spends a lot of energy on Buddhist outreach, especially among young people in Tibet and China. So that's sort of the topic that we're going to talk about tonight, the attraction of Tibetan Buddhism to young and urban educated people in China and beyond. Today is more of a question and answer session, things you always wanted to ask and never got the chance to. And I will try to interpret this and translate this as well as my possibilities. I'll try. Thank you. So who wants to open up with the first question?
I can do that if
yes.
others don't want to. Well, I would like to ask a question about the context, which is that Khenpo is lecturing in, as is we can see from your own website, for example, at a great many universities throughout the world. And I wonder if you would tell us why you think it's so important to present yourself in university settings.
Yes. Tanga de shitong parchir nitong go yarman tani tanga so janok tani lopchangare ninga tani chuchu zenar kachere chuchu mare tendan tani lopchangare ne tani de danjizer kona jaga tani koronso shogzegando tani nge sana kachur onson lochong de soina pe kangena sano tani ji chanre chulure kaina pe yaboyore tendi ji chise de la jikin kandre nanjusone na tenga lopcha kandre danji shinke yo na ngan role yensine nge teni chuchu marashati de teni ngarang lapso ta jima tari lopcha kasakane na shozenke yo na nga kaletagme teni ngan rose teni jima te ta janok so yin na parchir nge tena ta janok na janchin parchir sumchi so so nre ta ngan rizma to zema nga changma lopcha chimbu chongmala teni korong so shogze teni shogze dikang tari ang chi chuchu ngoman rizda shagyo marda yenaya jikten kachada ngarang ko samsarnara ta tendan riz de shagyo te ma to zema ya chi jimsen chi omuyri yo pata tenda cha mare korong so shogze di teni ro yo teni toron lopcha mayen bag teni amaram lopcha tanam jaram lopcha nara ta te mayen bag ne chi zongkang dan lopcha chong timo so shogze na ya 저거요. 이나요 지금 토론 로자든 로시도 지금 망사선들 생겨요.
So So I started doing this, coming to schools and universities in China, starting in 2009. And when I go to these places, universities and schools, it's not so much teaching the Dharma as such, but it's more, talks and discussion. And I was initially invited to Chinese universities and schools, and I found that especially in discussing issues with the youth, be it about science or about religion, I thought them to be very bright, and it seemed very interesting. And I basically, from then on, I started being invited more and more to places around China, and I just thought, well, if I'm invited, I will go there. And this sort of grew from, being mainly in China initially to also outside of China. So basically I go to places where I get invited. These are not necessarily universities. They can be universities or middle schools or primary schools. And I also go, if I'm invited, I even go to prisons to teach. And it's often not necessarily speaking about Buddhism, but more about my thoughts on certain subjects or discussions or ideas that I may have. So it's basically, it's not that I have a specific aim in coming to universities alone, but I will just go when I am invited to these places.
Question. Should I ask in English or in Netherlands?
Whatever you like. Maybe in English, because then everyone can understand.
All right. How do people in China react to your teachings there, and also in relation to political issues?
nga chu ngama de kambon jigme phunso khongyen na tene zo chuluk zo mak to zemen tene khong chapter da denda jinrege yo mare tene nga chu larong gar ko tene janak lo ma mombo zu ta na tene ta chuchu sha sa mombo yore da ina ya tela ji da ya ji chapter da jera nga chu yang lo lang de ge ka shok dan lo lang de ge tene omogir denda cha yo mare den디 penna nga ina shirtung 거 산지 출루 다 산지 출루때 있나 다리 지금 때라 지금 머르다나 차트다나 되니 야급 지금 ram라세요 말에 슬라이나야 그런 총그 모조신의 반선 그 조랑시나야 된적이요 대인디 되니 지 땅아랑 주 추추시안에 있나 자가 대마인바가 tene lopcha jamba chondrone inna the chapchutan jandira kurang chungone inna chapchutan jira yosani na ngate yang tari ge chapchu zegi da ta yang shograna suso ge yang moyer mombozo onre tendi ya ji stab de momdo tendi tso de chustyangwa ge gogone ne tene the jolan shege da na chuchu shaje da te moyer ge yen tene 지 가사강나 손에 있나요? 지 다음 무열 된다 요사이니나요? 지 쇼강다 냈다데 봄 맹거 된디 야나가 추추샤지나 데 대담 저런 조금에.
So just like Kempo Jimmy Pinso, when he was teaching, he taught Buddhism and steered away from issues of politics. And we do now find that at Larungar, there's many Chinese who are receiving teachings, who are interested in Buddhism, and I happily teach them, but I don't have any aim of influencing them in any political way. And that's also generally the message of Buddhism, that when you teach Buddhism, it's not about ethnicity or nationalism or political issues. It's more having a discussion about religious topics, things that are interesting for us. So also when I'm invited to universities, whether I teach Dharma or when I go to universities or schools to teach, then I try to stay away from the political discussion, just because it is not fitting. It's something that is not my aim.
Yes. Often people hear people talking about influence of Hinduism in Tibetan Buddhism. Even certain God and goddesses have been incorporated in Tibetan Buddhism. How do you explain influence of Hinduism in Tibetan Buddhism?
Tandi yagarna ngama go khanda chulu yore. Shona khanda chulu go lorjin gare latte yone na ngatsu sanje chulu da nikana tani da khanda chulu go yin rao tani parchir lo samtung yarman ko lorji o sa mambo yore. Shona yagar go chulu tela chulu mambo se yak tela ya tramze chulu da na tani da khanda chulu nankar ge yang tela hoina ngotsu yang chire wa ge chulu na na tani chulu mambo se yore. Ta tinone perna ngatsu sang ngak nang na yoni tani ta jurwa tong jurwa te jin da hadang hamu rangjin jikten ba ge ji nang chil dan thumba na ra tinda gare yo re tani gare ge zena tangsang ta ngatsu yanak ko chune ne na gare ge te yo re tani beijing nang ten de parchir ta khanda chulu ke sara shan ji yong sa yana te ge ji nang don rabo ten razu shi da na chayo sare ze da na tani gare ta yanak ko tani jimjig ba so nang gare tinda se yo re yinayo tate yagar ge chulu da na te korong so namba yangja mare dejen de ti nangdon yang dari manjawa mambo yore nge kale shayo.
So if you look at the history of Hinduism compared to Buddhism, you could say that it has a longer history, perhaps at least 3,000 years. But of course, within what we call Indian religions or Hinduism, then there's also different, different sections. Usually, you have Brahmanism. You have then in Indian religion you have Jainism, and so on. So it's difficult to point to one thing. But it is indeed true that if you, especially when you look at tantras, Buddhist tantras, you see, and then in the ritual or in the description of the appeasement and liberation rituals, then there's lots of descriptions of gods and goddesses who have the appearance of Indian or Hindu deities. And there's been some scholarship, the scholarship I know of Chinese scholars who say that there is, at least the outer appearance of these deities have been basically imported, adopted from Indian religions. But it is one thing to talk about the appearances of these deities, and another to talk about what they actually represent, the actual meaning of these.
Tate mandrasa de kare yorzena jagar ke chulung rozina tene ta perna wanshik ba chulugina tene korong goti ndochak te takar ke ta wanshik ba yoro ta wanshik ba chulung rozina tene parchewa tare ta ndochak takar ke ramchan ba tela ngon zang ge yosare tene ngatsu tene khwerna ta sangha kono ge ladang lamo go to go yavim zonjur ta timo yono de na shir tar de na to go ta phomo gor na baz yore tene ta te nang tar de na tene ta ndochak ze gore tene khsangwa tar de na ta te ndochak de ta melong ta be yishi melong ta bo yishi ze ta de yore tene yangsang tar de na semgi ngo jiwa me ba ta tin song ge yore 다 샘궁고 시험에 봐 샘궁고 곡사라 댄송고요 동화다는 때니 곡사라니까 종든지 봐 댄송고요래 다때인데 대지 다 낭철 거wan도 셴이나 다래 거나 지금 야연 종저거 하는데 티모요나라는 동무마가 더가 다 샘궁고 기암에 봐 동화다는 때니 가바메 봐 곡사라 대니까 종든지 송고 팀 촌돈 잠막도 좀 되니 베나 녀몽와랑 람천바다는 녀몽와 랑가와 된다스가 원성게요 말에 대네 그런데 마수 때다 상인 그 적는 거 종likte 야와즈도 심직시에는 되니 다 야그르게 출릭다 나페 되니 자체산에 만자사 하장 첨보도 요거요래.
Now, for example, where you see the differences is when when you see, for example, something that you have in Shaivism is the sexual union, and you have that similar imagery in Tibetan Buddhism as well. In Tantric Buddhism, you have the imagery of a couple or deity in sexual union. And then there are different levels of explaining this. So on the external level, it would seem like it is an expression of desire. But then when you look at it from a Tantric Buddhist perspective, then it is, it's not necessarily desire. So there's different levels again. On the first tantric level, then you say, well, this is a representation of wisdom that is like a mirror. When you go on an even more subtle tantric level, you say that it is a representation of the nature of the mind, which is unborn, and also the union of the nature of the mind and emptiness. So we talk about different levels here. It looks the same, but then when you go to the deepest meaning, or you could say the actual meaning, then what it represents is the union of unborn nature, true nature of the mind, and wisdom and emptiness in unison.